In this video we are going to talk about 5 things to do if you get bitten by a snake. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. If you live in Queensland, it's important to be aware of what to do if you are bitten by a snake, regardless of whether you are afraid of them or believe that they won't bother me if I don't bother them is a good attitude to have. The majority of the time, snakes bite in self-defense rather than to attack humans, and in Queensland, it is just as likely for someone to get bitten in the home as it is to be bitten when out in the bush or other natural regions. If you're ever bitten by a snake, remembering these precautions could help you survive the experience. Number 5. Don't wash, suck, cut or tourniquet the bite. A long-standing practice of treating snake bites has now been demonstrated to be detrimental rather than therapeutic, and it is thus no longer advocated by medical professionals. Cleaning the snake bite location with soap and water can aid in the removal of the poison that was shot into the sufferer by the snake bite itself. When hospital workers determine what type of snake bit you, this information can be used to help them diagnose the situation. If possible, avoid wearing clothing in the immediate region of the bite site in order to prevent any additional movement from causing the venom to enter the bloodstream more quickly than it would have done otherwise. Maintain complete freedom from sucking or cutting in and around the bite area at all times. When a patient has a fractured limb, a tourniquet should not be used since it can be harmful to the patient's health. Number 4. Apply a pressure immobilization bandage and splint. Snake bites typically affect one of the body's limbs. The legs, feet, arms, and hands are the most likely areas to be bitten by a snake. It is possible to use a pressure immobilization bandage to keep the bite from spreading through your lymphatic system and into your body if you have been bitten on a limb. Cover the bitten site with a pad or even a piece of plastic such as cling wrap to absorb or preserve the venom until the bite can be examined to establish its toxicity. Follow the steps given below in order to apply a pressure immobilization bandage on your wound. Wrap the affected region with an elasticized roller bandage that is 10 to 15 centimeters wide and 10 to 15 centimeters long and secure it with tape. Wrap the bandage around the bite site to protect it from further infection. It is best to start at the tips of the fingers or toes and work your way up the bitten limb as far as it will allow you to go with the first elasticized roller bandage before applying the second elasticized roller bandage. Apply the bandage to the injured limb as tightly as you can without injuring the skin or causing pain. If you don't have a bandage on hand, any elastic cloth will suffice if you don't already have one in your possession. Torn up t-shirts, stockings or other fabric can be used as a bandage. As soon as you put on your bandage, make a mark on the biting site with a pen or another substance that will leave a mark on your bandage after it has been removed from the biting site. If you don't have anything else to use as an adhesive, you can coat the bandage with a small bit of mud or soil to keep it in place if you don't have anything else on you. After that, you should splint the leg to prevent it from moving any further. Simply rolling an object that is straight will work just as well. A stick, a rolled up newspaper, and even clothing or tarps that have been tightly rolled up will all work equally well as a straight object. To ensure a proper fit, wrap it around the damaged limb or use additional materials to hold it in place while walking. A pressure immobilization bandage does not require to be applied to your wound if you have been bitten by a person on the head, neck, or chest. With the help of this video, you will have a better grasp of snake bite first aid, including how to properly apply a pressure immobilization bandage and an ankle splint. When it comes to first aid training, there is no substitute for hands-on experience. Thus, if it has been a long time since you last took one, or if you have never taken one before, make it a priority to schedule an appointment as soon as possible. Number 3. Leave the snake alone. Avoid attempting to identify, capture, harm, or kill the snake, because you will almost certainly fail, and will find yourself on the losing end of the situation. When you arrive at the hospital staff members will have access to a variety of tests that will allow them to determine what type of snake you were most likely bitten by when you were there. This will enable them to provide you with the best effective therapy currently available for your condition. Number 2. Don't panic and don't move. Being cool and immobile after a snake bite is more difficult than it appears, but maintaining your composure and keeping immobile can assist to delay the spread of venom throughout your body and reduce the risk of negative effects. If you had remained completely still after being bitten by a venomous snake following the bite, you might have saved your own life. In accordance with popular opinion, snake venom enters the bloodstream immediately after a bite has been administered. This is a common urban legend that you may have heard. As opposed to that, it travels through your lymphatic system to get to the spot where it is designed to go. It also contains white blood cells, which are found in lymph, which is a fluid that travels throughout your body and contains white blood cells. Comparing lymphatic fluid to blood, which flows continually throughout your body, lymphatic fluid represents the polar opposite of the spectrum. While moving your limbs, your lymphatic system is moving alongside you as well. It is possible to prevent the venom stored inside your lymphatic system from spreading farther into your system by maintaining your composure and remaining calm. Staying where you are rather than walking to get help is the best course of action if you are convinced that the snake has moved away after biting you, and that you are not in danger of getting bitten again. They should not be relocated in any way, and they should begin administering first aid as soon as they get at the site where you are located. Before you begin, take a few long, deep breaths to help you relax and distress before starting. Maintain your optimism by reminding yourself that the odds are in your favor. It is quite rare for someone to die as a result of being bitten by a snake, particularly if they follow the first aid procedures that have been advised. Number 1. Call an ambulance immediately. No matter if you feel the snake was venomous at the time of the bite, each snake bite should be handled as an emergency regardless of whether you believe it was. If you wait to see if you develop symptoms of venom poisoning before seeking medical attention for your injuries, it may be too late by the time you seek treatment for your injuries. When possible, you should avoid moving around and instead use a cell phone or assign the duty to someone else who can call for help if you are having trouble staying still. Call the emergency number 000 and request an ambulance, or use the Emergency Plus app to have an ambulance dispatched to your area within minutes. Using the GPS technology built into mobile phones, this program assists emergency responders in detecting your precise location in an emergency situation. What do you think about our video? Please let us know in the comments area below. If you enjoyed this video and would want to hear from me again, please subscribe and turn on the notification before leaving. Thank you for watching us.